good, man. A few topics real quick before I really want to get into it. What I want to talk to you about.
Why is this volume so low?
You got my volume or your volume? Am I good?
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I hear you. I hear you clearly and everything. I'm just surprised that the volume is so low.
Okay, you good? I can hear you perfectly clear though.
Damn. Okay. I mean, it's all good. We work. What's up, man?
What's up, brother? Listen, I know you've been on your New York, you on your Big L shit. I'm from New York and never a fan of the Knicks. I just need to know, how are you not a fan of New York? How did you feel about the Knicks finally winning the championship? You're a New Yorker, Staten Island, okay?
No.
You hate for the Knicks. Where that stem from?
No different than any other New York. You think I'm the only New Yorker that hates the Knicks?
Yo, ARP, I ain't gonna lie to you. A lot of niggas is bandwagon Knicks fans right now.
Every New Yorker that hate the Knicks hate them for the same reason I do. Their disappointment. They've been a horribly ran organization for many years.
Facts.
They create delusional fans, which piss non-delusional people off. You know what I'm saying? And it's just the hype around. We understand that even though they haven't been winning, and they've been a horrible team for many long stints.
Right.
They're still just looked at as one of the pinnacles, and a lot of that's because of New York and Madison Square Garden. You know, like a player going in there and putting up big numbers, having a historic night, it matters. MSG plays on TV. So it's just to be a New Yorker and to take so much pride in the team that if you're being real with yourself, you're saying, yo, this is trash and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. And then to be surrounded by so many people that want to try to tell you different and the truth is right in front of you, it created a fucking disgust.
Damn.
You know, in the face of the team changed every couple, like one year is Jeremy Lin, 1 year is Nate Robinson, 1 year is, well, Carmelo deserved it, of course. Another year is Allen Houston. It's like, get the fuck out of here. Like, y'all really think they doing something? So I've been hating on them with my boys since we was kids, like since we was young. And y'all got it. Y'all pulled one off.
What was a bit of you as a native New Yorker? Are you happy a little bit? A little bit of you. Happy a little bit. After 53 years.
I'm proud that New York gets to represent being champions within the NBA, my favorite sport.
Okay.
But the Knicks, personally, as an organization, as a team, I don't give a fuck about.
Now, for the fans, you were there at the debacle. Was that game 5, game 6 when you went to Atlanta? When we back? Was that hard to watch though?
Yeah, but that one, not just because of the Knicks winning like that, because I thought that they was going to beat the Hawks.
Okay.
In the series.
Okay.
The reason why that was such a painful watch is because those tickets wasn't cheap. You know, it's the playoffs. And it was my son's first playoff game. My son's been to a couple live games before, but he's never been to a playoff game before.
Okay.
So I was like, yo, here we go. We in there. Spent a good $1 for some good seats.
Right.
Linked up with my boy AB. He had his son with him too.
Okay.
And to see that turnout like that, it's way worse in the building than it was on TV. Like the whole arena their heads was in their cell phones. Nobody was like, so many people was just not watching the game or caring. Wow. And by the time we got to like the third quarter, and we started seeing the rotation of the starters, and we was just like, yo, let's just get ahead of the let out and the traffic and everything. We cut out all that money. It wasn't worth just sitting there on a work and a school night and shit. We was just like, yo, we out. So it was what it was. It's all good.
Speaking of little man, though, I watch everything you do, right? I know you're putting your son onto the wire. How's that conversation? How's he enjoying the wire? How's Junior feeling about the wire? You went there with the wire. Of all series of pick, you went with the wire.
Well, so for me,
all right,
you got if you around me, you gotta watch it sooner or later, regardless. You know what I'm saying? It's like a rule. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, for him to watch what I consider the best piece of television ever, and for us to wait until he was old enough to understand, old enough where he can learn like very, very strong life lessons, things that I didn't even teach him. Like there's things in there that, you know, I was slipping about.
Okay.
You know, where, for example, I never had an HIV conversation with him yet, you know, but he learned that through Bubs and the sharing of the needles and everything, and him being scared, you know, to open up his results and everything. And I thought, oh, let me take the moment now to explain that to Lil Man with HIV and then AIDS. You know what I'm saying? So it was a dope experience. And we just binged five seasons for like 4 or 5 weeks or whatever. We just binged it out. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So we finished the last episode last night, and then we sat back, had a conversation, the entertainment side, the characters, the seasons, the plots, then the educational side, the life lesson side. It was just dope, man. Tonight, what we doing, my daughter didn't want to watch it. My daughter's not interested. She's younger. She's not interested in that shit really like that. So she was never watching it with us.
Right.
But tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to watch the Man on Fire Denzel movie because they never seen it. We're going to knock that out so that we could watch. Yeah, we're knocking that out so that we could watch the new Netflix series.
Okay.
Yeah, because I didn't watch none of that yet. And my son is just like, yo, what's the next series? And I'm like, I want to watch something I haven't seen before. I'm a fan of the movie Man on Fire. I'm like, let's do that on Netflix. And I was like, let's all watch the movie first just to make sure we all is on the same page. Okay. But now we having a good time, man, you know.
Well, happy Father's Day to you again, brother. Let me say that to you again. That was a couple of weeks ago, last weekend.
And say that one more time.
Happy Father's Day to you and everything like that.
Thank you. Like you got little ones of your own too.
I got a big son. My son's 22 years old.
Yeah. Yo, they be forgetting how old we are. 3.
I'm old. I got a 22-year-old. You know what I'm saying?
That's fire.
You know, I watch you all the time, and you travel the world and everything, right? I know you've been to Bahamas recently. You was at San Juan early this year and everything like that. What's your favorite place that you visited?
You've
been all over the damn place.
Favorite place I've ever. So that's different than like. So you got like a favorite place to visit. You got a favorite. I do a lot of resorts. I don't really do Airbnbs too much. Like, so you got like a favorite resort, and then you have like a favorite, a best time that I've had.
Right. Okay.
The best time that I had was like 5. No, it's not. I was about to say Brazil because we went during a carnival that took over Rio de Janeiro, and that was incredible. But the top dog is we did a 3-hop trip, Europe, Amsterdam, and Paris in one. And we was like, I got it on my gram. It was like flex, 7, 8 of us.
Flex, sir. It's a nice flex, sir. Nice flex.
No, I'm dead serious. It was so dope. Like we flew in and we spent like 3 nights in Europe, and then we bounced like 2 nights to Amsterdam, and then half of us did like a quick day or 2 day and a half in Paris, like because we were taking planes and trains in between. That was the dopest experience. Resort wise, might be my boy Tate put me onto this spot called Finest in Mexico, but there's another one that I'm going to in a couple weeks in Turks, and it's pretty much it's the best resort in Turks is beaches. You know what I'm saying? Beaches resort. That's like the top dog out there. So I'll be there in a couple weeks. So it's a mix.
Wow. That's very interesting, brother. I'm not gonna lie to you, man.
Traveling is a beautiful thing for people to spend their money on. I didn't start traveling until I think I was like 20 years old.
Okay.
You know, before then I was always moving around within the States. Like I had like 4 or 5 summers straight where you could just catch me in Miami. You know what I'm saying? Like all my peoples will laugh and tell you about my stories in Miami and shit. But finally, one of my boys finally said, yo, it's time for you to get your passport. And I ain't looked back since. It's just like, wow. And I started my children like both of my kids is on their 2nd passport books. You know what I'm saying? You know, they had them so long that they expire and shit. But like they are so well versed on traveling and moving around. And it's like you plant those seeds when they get older.
Right.
You know, they realize the impact of it, how it opens you up. It makes you more worldly. It makes you humble. It's a great experience. It's a beautiful thing to spend your time and your money on, traveling and seeing the world. You know what I'm saying? So I preach that for all, man. And I try to travel as much as my time lets me.
Wow. Frank White recently, me and Frank White had a conversation. He called me one day, right? And he was like, yo, where's your blog at? for URL and RBE to connect and everything like that. And I'm like, nigga, you are late. We did that years ago, brother. I don't know where the fuck you been at, sir. But those blogs was back in 2015, 2016, forever and everything like that. I'm pretty sure he's come at you with that. What shit, when you hear stuff like that, is it too little too late for all that kind of talk, right? Because that's what I said to him.
That was a horrible transition, 3. This wouldn't be an ARP and 3 video if we had taken a couple shots at each other.
I had it written down. Frank had said that to me, and I'm like, dog, that conversation is kind of weird. Nobody
shout out to Frank. He hit me up about that too.
Right.
It's a battle rap history thing, man. On a positive and a humble note to answer that, 3, is like, in all truth, there are some very intelligent people behind both companies. There's some very, very powerful minds and enthusiastic people behind both companies.
Right.
And then they just both happen to be 2 of the best platforms to ever do it in the whole battle rap timeline.
Factual.
So it creates that what if, because you factor in all of the problems of these 2 platforms, saying, you know, it's like, you know, Boston and fucking Yankees or some shit, or you know, say, I don't know, Kendrick and Drake or 50 and Ja, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. The battle rap gave you that. Yeah. At a league level, it gave you that. Mm-hmm. And that impacted so much, so many battlers, so many pivots and turns and controversy and ups and downs, and there's good too. A lot of money generated, views, competition, cards, motivation, all types of stuff. So it's such a strong storyline within the battle rap timeline that's why people keep doing that. And if you notice, anything that's strong, people will talk to or talk about even years after it's over. So for example, I'm so honored that, you know, I could put on a diss song today and hear Jazz like, yo, let's do it in the Blue Room. Or I could put on Lux on Polo, and he was like, yeah, I could do it on Summer Madness, or I could do it in the Blue Room, you know, or people tweeting me talk about, yo, you got to do Max Out 4. That's all an honor. And me knowing that there's not going to be a Max Out 4. That's an honor. Same way I know, like, you know, the whole RBE and URL collaboration, that it'll never happen. But the continued questions and conversation around it really, really shows you the impact of not just that competition or that drama or those little battle rap beefs, but also what these 2 people represent and what they've done. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't have that if you got 2 insignificant entities, or 1 significant and 1 insignificant. It's 2, for lack of better words, at one point or another, one type of category or another, powerhouses. You know, so, you know, I respect it, and I don't be feeling a way if it's you asking that question,
right.
or Frank doing content on it, or the conversation coming into a documentary or something like that. I see that new angle that I just say now. Like, I look at it from that perspective now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So,
you know, I had a conversation with somebody yesterday at the barbershop, and they were talking about you, right? And they're like, I think ARP knew something that we didn't know is the reason why he left battle rap. He left this shit alone. You're a very intelligent guy. He saw the writing on the wall, grabbed his ball on top, and then some John. My homeboy compared you to John Elway, who got 2 Super Bowl rings and retired right afterwards and shit like that, right? If you were still here, this conversation about battle rap is dying. It would not be going at a rampant as it is right now. Would you agree with that?
What was the last piece? The battle rap is dying rapidly. What?
No, if you were still here frequently putting out battle events, right? That the conversation about battle rap is dying. We would not be having that kind of conversation if RBE was still here, right?
I think we would be a big contributor to that narrative not being there or not being as strong.
Okay.
I ain't so arrogant that I would say, if I come outside, that narrative stops. I ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? But I know what RBE's capabilities are. I know what my capabilities are, as well as other platforms that do a good job. and could make a big impact. And you got some of those entities doing things that really, really turn their heads and put the money in and bring the big matchups and the big cards. And then, yeah, the narratives and the energy would change. You know, I would be a contributor in that. I believe the same way I was before. You know, I feel like I was a part of the peaks, you know, the mid ranges, the lows, the high. You know, I was a part of, at some point, you know, I saw all the pieces and eras of it, and I've, you know, been RBE throughout those. So we had good times, and you know, there are ways to get back there. It's just not easy. And then you got a lot of people just growing and moving on to other things. You got people retiring. People outgrowing things, battlers running out of battles and everything. So it's not easy to just turn around and say, if RBE in this league or whatever, and this amount of money or whatever, then we right back. You know, it takes more than that. And you got to show sustainability of entertainment. Like in our heyday, you know, you don't have a down year. Even if one league or two leagues slips, you got some other leagues that's banging.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so you got some of the big guys really hitting consistently. And that's one thing about RBE. You know, we were never the league that did 10 events per year, but the amount that we did do was always consistent. Never took off 6 months, 10 years. Never took off 6 months, never took off a year, never said, hey, you know, no sponsors around, you know, I'm gonna go chill and do something else for 2 years or whatever. I'm gonna figure it out. You know, whether it's anywhere from like 4 to 8 events every year for 10 years straight. And I say that like as a whole, the consistency of like those strong platforms and movements, the combination of that brings us to our peak notoriety and viewership, I think. So, you know, some of those things just because of time passing aren't always there as well. It's not just a negative perspective, even though we do deserve some of our negative perspectives too, though.
Okay. Do you have an itch for Hitman and Lux, though? To you know, a lot of people putting that on your plate, sir. A lot of conversations, you know, in barbershops on the block.
Barbershops.
For real, when I go to Edge Up, niggas just talking about it's ARP. A3, niggas know I cover battle rap. A3, do you think ARP would pick that up? I said, I don't know, brother. I could ask him, but I don't know if he'll pick that up. And I watch your blogs. I watch you every day and everything like that. Number one, I love what you're doing on your podcast. And I mean, if I'll be out, I watch everything you do, right? I love you. Hip hop content. So when you do hip hop, I to hear you talk about hip hop, I always knew you was a hip hop head, but to hear you really go into the depths of hip hop for the last couple of years, a hip hop head as myself, I really appreciate you, and I mean that genuinely, for real.
Thank you.
Know what I mean?
Thank you.
You've been very critical, and it's funny though. One thing about you that I admire, and I'm gonna use the word admire, your brain. I like how your brain thinks, and sometimes listening to you, I'll be like, "Damn, I can admit I didn't even think about that shit." The way RP broke it down, right? The way you broke down this Lux thing, right? Especially with the contract, and you're talking about, hey, dog. Telling us that is a contract, it's not that easy, bro. Like that shit sound Lux. I love you, my nigga, but for you to send a contract like that fucking easy, it's not that easy and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Where do you stand right now with Hitman and Lux? I know you're very vocal on Lux being, you know, dropping diss tracks and not doing a visual and matching Hitman's energy and everything like that.
Yeah, I think like any mega match, it's not easy to make for anybody,
right?
If I compare it to Holla and Mook, you know, stature wise, it's pretty much the same, if not similar. The only thing that's different is there's not that personal grudge between the two guys. Okay. And even that is being created a little bit right now, right in front of our eyes.
Yes.
You know, and they actually already had a small grudge over the watch party thing. You know what I'm saying? So, and if you compare even in recency, like Mook and Holla, how tough it was for the entire culture to see that battle happen. You got like 3 or 4 different leagues and sponsors going through motions and not able to complete the mission.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like so that's the case for a lot of mega battles and a lot of mega matchups. As far as me specifically, to answer, you know, whoever you're talking to in a barbershop. Right. Yeah, I'm saying I was honest about that when I said that like 2 videos back or something like that. Maybe I said, I'd always be down to book damn near any battle that I like for RBE's channel, RBE's library, RBE's legacy, people that I rock with, matchups that I want to see, boxes that I want to check on some full circle shit. I talk about Cassidy versus Big K a lot. How about Ill Will and Loaded Lux? You know what I'm saying? How about I don't need to go down the list, you know what I'm saying? But I'm here, like my shit is full circle. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my shit. So when I honestly said I would book Holla and Lux, I also said it would have to come with a haircut, you know, meaning because I could only produce but so much without giving too much free money away.
Right.
It's like some of the shit is already like, all right, ARP, this is like a tax write-off at this point. Like, calm the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real about what I can generate when I'm only going to YouTube versus what I'm spending. You know what I'm saying? So I already know that part of the game. But one thing that I did say, if people caught on to it, I said, there's other ways to add other monies and business to it. I've been very, very creative with my business behind the scenes, which is why I've even been able to pull off some mega matches and do certain business deals with certain people where they've made their biggest checks at RBE and what, you know what I'm saying? There is a creativity element to, you know, not just trying to be so tunnel vision, like, look, Lux, this is all I want to spend for full circle. Yo, Holla, this is all I got for you. If you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. Niggas know, you get on the phone with me, ask Goods about our negotiations for him and Calico. He jokingly says, man, he don't know how he ended up. And that, I don't want to say too much. It was days and days of us being creative and ideas. And I have a patience about me. You know what I'm saying? I have a patience about me. And if it's there to be done, I get it done.
Okay.
But there's only a certain limit that I'll go up to with the full circle. Now, if it's the type of situations where the creativity and the budgeting still doesn't work for little old me trying to play Santa Claus on a full circle for a mega match, and it needs to be complemented within a big, full, all-out event, live pay-per-view, $100,000 on the door and all this type of shit, then another league would do it, and I would absolutely be interested in sponsoring it with the right league. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I threw that out there. Like Lux could call me Cap. You know, he could call my bluff. You know, we have 1 or 2 like little quick text messages. We haven't really gotten the weeds. We haven't spoken about nothing yet. I'm not trying. I don't want everybody to take this and start jumping around. You know what I'm saying? 1 or 2 little quick text messages because I text him while I was on stream. You know what I'm saying?
I saw when you texted live on the stream. I saw that.
Yeah, no, but we didn't go anywhere. I don't want niggas to see this shit 3 and be like nah, it ain't going no. We ain't go nowhere. We didn't try to go anywhere yet.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, but the point that I was really making is, Lux could call my bluff and see how real the negotiations could be. For example, if I was at play for sponsoring it on, like, let's say hypothetically, a bags versus bodies. You know what I'm saying? I know Holla for the most part. He's got a million things going on. He's not making any phone calls to battle Loaded Lux. He's not asking me to book it. He's not looking at his resume like he needs that. And I'm pretty sure Lux feels exactly the same. I don't think these guys are chasing each other at all. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody called one or both of them what I think a business situation, obviously I think the ball could move forward. But I don't got much going on. But I would be willing to sponsor the battle on Bags and Bodies. Or I would be willing to do it in a full circle for a haircut.
Well, does that have to be full circle, or how you? All right, when you booked KD versus Danger Zone, can it be in that kind of setting though? Because that wasn't a full circle though.
Yeah. So, and when I say full circle is damn near like the blue room. Like when people say blue room, and sometimes they don't say divide and conquer, or they don't say max out.
Max out. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like blue room takes over what people identify with more, and anytime, and that's what happened with full circle. You know what I'm saying? Like what we just did for the Acadian zone, like you said, the King Los and Trez, the show and Cal was supposed to be on there, the local and Will, that shit. It's RBE one-off retirement shit, and I've been standing on. I'm going straight to YouTube. Then I started for like the last 3 or 4 of those. I started giving away free tickets to put people in the building. So if you walk in there, it might feel like a little small room event, and that's cool. You know, I might even go a step further and go, you know, grab Mickey Fax and Cassidy to host or some shit. You know, I'm trying to make it dope. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Still ruin your day production and all of that. But it's business model wise, it keeps me away from the day-to-day league owner stuff of what I would be doing if I was in event mode. I've retired away from all of that, and I don't want to go backwards. Doesn't mean that the itch that you talk about don't mean I'm not gonna all those full circle the cars that I got. You guys got Aver versus Mickey Fax and Arsenal versus Rosenberg Raw and Jag versus Arsenal finally got done, and Charlie Clips versus QB on the roof, and these are all post-retirement one-off straight to YouTube joints. You know, the preferred shooting style is with the full circle though. So that's what I mean when I say full circle as well. That's all.
Okay. Are you disappointed the way Lux is handling this? The way you talk when I watch your blogs, you sound kind of disappointed on Lux's approach about the diss tracks with Holla. Are you disappointed? Can I use that word?
Yeah. Yeah, from the diss track, yes. But as far as the battle in the business, I can't say disappointed at anybody. Because once again, I'm pretty sure if somebody got on the phone with Lux and or Holla, you know, those guys would be men about business, and you know, they could try to start to figure things out. Those guys, like any business conversations that I've ever had with Holla, he's at the top as far as how he handles his shit. Any business conversations I've ever had with Lux, he's at the top as far as how he handles his shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have nothing bad to say about Lux as far as obviously as an artist or a battle rapper. Of course. You know what I'm saying? And obviously nothing about his business. Like I don't got nothing. But and it's not even bad to say, it's just my disappointment for that competitive nature of what I look at these guys for.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like there's certain rappers, if they drop an album and 3 didn't listen to it, you're gonna be like, wait, 3? He's a hip hop head. You know, people could say me in blogging. If certain people, if URL cuts on the camera right now, this is me for 5 videos straight, and I don't say nothing, y'all gonna be like, wait, ARP, we don't understand. Like, where's the response?
Right. Absolutely right. Absolutely
I'm just trying to create comparisons. Like, that's how I look at Lux. Like, I'm confused. Well, I'm not confused. I really feel like it was a spin a little bit. You know what I'm saying, respectfully.
Okay.
It don't take away from how I look at Lux as a battle rapper, as an artist, as a man, as a businessman. None of that shit. Shout out to fucking Lux, man. Like I said, I'm down to do business with the man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lux. But I just don't like that you dropped your audio track, no visual, no original beat. You was up. The whole culture put you up. They backed the play something fierce.
Right.
You know, you and Mook in the car, having a jolly old time. Then y'all in the studio, Mook in there doing cartwheels, Lux in there bopping, dancing around too. You know what I'm saying? And Holla, he slept it off. He took his lashes online. Oh, word. Oh, I got body. Leave him alone. You know the boy is crying. Oh, word. Oh, shit. He woke up. And he went into the booth and he called his cameraman and his editor, and he punched back. And then it's like, all right, the other rabbit got the gun now. And then I start hearing this. I ain't going back and forth, but your first video said, let's go song for song.
But I want to cut your wisdom. I think he was saying song for song in terms of their music. I don't think the diss tracks, because let me tell you why. I interviewed Lux last week, right? And him and Rain from Rain 910, they did a project together. Right, so Lux told me his focus. He when I was trying to press him by Hitman, he kept focusing on his music. Right, and
it came out June 9th, I believe. I just did a video on it that dropped like 30 minutes ago.
Okay, you did a video. Okay, but I didn't get to watch your video and everything like that. Boom. So that's why I think he went with the music route of it. Like, let's go song for song in terms of the tracks they did. Now he's wondering if Hitman did a music. I guess he's trying to say, Hitman, if you got music out there, let's go song for song. In terms of music, I didn't take it for diss tracks. Did you take it that way, or?
I mean, if that's how he meant it, you know, I can't take nothing from that. If he's saying, when he says song for song, he's talking about let's do verses like on some Swiss beat shit.
That's why I took it verses. Right.
Like if that.
Oh my Lord.
Yo, 3. I was really just making the comparison, and the
Okay.
way you laugh made me laugh. So come on, man.
Listen. I make no bones about it. Hitman is up 2-0 right now. He's up 2-0. He is up right. The scoreboard right now. Hitman is up right now. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. And I respect Hitman for doing two things. He went to the booth. He dropped visuals, and a man of his stature who's goated in battle rap, right? Today I'm online. He dropping 2 more diss tracks. He can say he coming for Swamp next. So I salute that for what that brother did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's dope. And one thing I was speaking on in my video that just dropped,
okay,
is the amount of money that we as a battle rap culture might be missing, and we see it happen in the music industry.
Right.
When these guys do this, I don't care if it's Drake, I don't care if it's Kendrick, I don't care if it's drill rappers, your favorite rappers right now, RBE, his song that's taking off and catching on a little bit is pretty much like a diss song towards Gucci. Like all these industry guys, and you go to their YouTube channels and their Vivos, and they got hundreds of thousands of views and millions of views. I know we don't have the following that they have, but what I'm trying to say is the viewership out there for diss videos and diss songs is mega, and it could be a whole nother branch of battle rap if we allowed it to be. I'm not saying replace on stage face to face.
Right.
But if we allowed us, like, for example, like, tell me if this hurts.
Okay.
The battles that people probably wouldn't be inclined to do on stage. Imagine if they didn't mind just doing it digital and throwing it on their YouTube channel and making some money. Now imagine if we had like 20 top tiers doing that. There's a lot of content, a lot of talk, a lot of debate, and a lot of money being generated like that. And then you could start talking about sponsors like I literally would pay for that. I would book digital shit as well.
Wow.
Like let's say one of the matches that I threw out there when Jay Mills was like really in the mix with everybody.
Right.
And I said, yo, I think the biggest challenge that I'm looking at right now for him, somebody that does beats, original beats, somebody does visuals and raps a mile a minute and could stay on top of his releases like every other day, is RJ Payne. I would literally pay RJ Payne right now for those 3 videos to put on the RBE channel. And I would literally pay Jay Mills right now for his 3 responses. I literally would pay for those 6 rounds to upload on my channel.
Wow.
And I think if it comes down to content as well for many platforms, I don't see why people wouldn't invest in that, because it just becomes about the budgeting aspect of it. You know, and it could be a whole branch that Jay Mills is also showing of money that these battlers, like let's take Easy to Block and Kid Slade, right?
All right.
Let's say Easy to Block captain swears up and down, I will never battle Kid Slade. You know, I feel like when people say that, we're thinking about traditional battle rap on stage. Now, what if you would be willing, like he did with Jay Mills, claiming that Jay Mills ain't on his level? All right, cool. Like, I'm not interested in battling you on stage. I don't want to give you that shot. I don't want to stand in front of you or whatever, all that. I'm good. The money to battle you ain't there, whatever. But you know what? I don't mind making $5,000 doing a 1-rounder on beat with you. Or doing 3 short video clips for you or some shit like that. Everybody could be doing that, especially in a period like this, a battle rap where the leagues are down, the activity is down, the cards are down. Like we waiting, and I don't want to see all the best shit ever on digital. If the potential is for the battle, I agree. But there's a lot of stuff that could happen digitally that's not a waste, and it would complement what we already got, which is the stage. That's all.
Wow.
You know, just a thought, but.
Whoa. Are you surprised that Lux is not capitalizing on monetization? And like I told Mickey Facts, I was talking to Mickey earlier about jumping on what Mickey did to Averb. Are you surprised that Lux is not taking that approach?
He actually is.
Hitman is damn sure taking that approach and capitalizing.
Lux actually is trying to, I don't know the money behind the scenes, but he's trying to capitalize more than anybody picked up on. And I saw it today on accident.
Okay.
Because I saw Mickey Facts clip. And when I saw Mickey Facts clip, I said, well, let me jump over to his website, Lux's website. Let me jump to his YouTube channel. Let me jump to some of the streaming platforms. Let me see what's going on. And I'll do my little homework, and I'll peep the cover art to the Holla disc. Got a QR code on it that's supposed to be linking back to his new album that dropped June 9th.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he's obviously using that dissing back and forth with Holla to point towards his new album. You know, so he's trying to monetize it and promote and use it promotion in his own way. And he's only dropped 3 videos on his YouTube channel in 2026. 3. That's it. One is the shit with Joey Badass. Another one is just like a blog of him in Harlem. And the third one is the Holla disc.
I saw, okay, I saw 3 of those. Okay, all right.
Yeah. So I would encourage Lux, like everybody else, you know, to use these digital platforms, create your content in between whatever, all the other stuff that's going on. And you'd be surprised how much views could come in and how much you can monetize it across platforms. Like when Mickey puts his Averb 7-day joint, you know, on all those different platforms and including YouTube, and then even his supplementary videos, the way that Jay Mills does like blogs in between. Same thing was with Mickey Facts. Everything that he was doing in between was also getting more views because his channel was more active and it was up from the engagement from the battles with Verb and True Foe and stuff.
Right.
So, you know, Jay Mills might have made him a year's salary for certain salary ranges from that 6-month span. And he's not the only person that could do it, is the point.
Okay. Educate me, RP, because you've booked mega matches in your career, right? How hard is it to book a Verb and Mook and Hollow and Math and Hitman and Lux now? How hard is it that we're not privy to know, right? The negotiation aspect of it. How hard is it to book those kind of battles, though?
It's not that hard. I mean, there's some things that separates those guys individually. You know, different personalities. Some people, you know, they reach for the gold or the platinum when it's like, yo, let's bring this back down to gold. Chill out. You know what I'm saying? like they got different personalities, different negotiation tactics. Sometimes things could take longer if they try to use a middle person. You know, but all in all, when it comes to battle rap business, I don't look at putting together matchups from a battle rap business standpoint that hard. Every once in a while, you got your anomalies where something takes a little bit of time. You got to apply a little bit of patience. The first time or the first max out, me and Cass probably was talking for a month plus. You know what I'm saying? And this was before Hitman came on the table. You know, so just us trying to figure things out, patience. And when I was active, you know, I'm doing those type of communications and sometimes softer mid-range negotiations while other cards are already locked in. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So it's the rolling effort. Yeah, I mean, it's not tough though, man. 95% of the battles that RBE has ever booked really just comes down to being on the same page about the fucking price, to be honest.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? 95%. The last 5% of like some of the expensive top tiers and the God tier guys.
Yes.
You know, some of that could take a week plus. Conversations continuing, maybe sometimes longer than that. But that's part of the game. That's all. Nothing crazy.
Sheesh, man. Gun to your head though. Do you think that this battle will transpire though with Hitman and Lux? Do you think? If you're a gambling guy.
So, because I don't think either one of them is like overly pressing it. Well, Holla definitely ain't pressing it.
Pressing it, sir. I think Lux is pressing it more than Hitman.
I don't know if Lux is pressing it. There's a difference between Lux pressing it and Lux saying, send the contract, and showing. I do believe that Lux's energy that he's showing in these videos and these lives is like, he's like, yo, I'll sign the contract right now. I believe him. I believe that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But the magnitude of the type of business that maybe those two guys want,
right,
in today's climate, X's out most leagues. You know, as far as them being capable of doing it. I got a subtopic for you for that one. I would like to encourage battle rappers in the near future to do more publicizing of monies that they'd be willing to accept. Okay. One thing about the smoke and mirrors about battle rap is it prevents a lot of phone calls, which then prevents a lot of battles. Like, for example, Holla might do most of his shit at like 6 figures, right? Let's say hypothetically. But imagine if Holla was just chilling, you know, fourth quarter this year and say, you know what, fuck it, I'm active. I want to move my pen. I want to test myself. And he tweeted that I'm willing to lock in my next 3 battles for $15,000, $20,000 each. That would bring a lot more leagues that are interested in working with Holla in play, and they would engage him. You know, I think the same could go for, like, just look at how we think about when we hear Holla and Lux or Surf and Mook. Our minds automatically go to $500,000, knowing that those numbers, like I don't think Surf has ever gotten $100,000 for one battle in his career. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to say that he can't generate back 250 now, especially on the come home, and he's very, very popular and everything. Right. I'm just saying the reality behind the scenes, maybe not Surf. I don't want to put nothing on his contract that you know what I'm saying? It's not my business, but behind the scenes, the real conversations don't be that. Like the public be thinking like, oh, there's no way. Don't even call these people unless you got $500,000 ready. Shut the fuck up. Like niggas they'll be willing to negotiate for way more prices that make way more sense, is the point that I'm making. And if Holla and Lux, imagine if sponsors or leagues thought that it was a affordable matchup. We wouldn't be having a conversation like, yo, do we think it could happen? Is it too expensive? Is it too many bootlegs in the drought? Nah, more people, actually, they would be in a bidding war right now. You know what I'm saying? But everybody got these narratives in their mind. I think that scares sponsors and other leagues away when they might be able to get a ball rolling or maybe sponsor something or maybe even book it all out if they thought the price range was doable. You know, so you got to have the conversations.
When people say that you're a big advocate for Hitman Holla, is that fair? Because you guys made history, right? Made a lot of bread together, made a lot of history together and everything like that, right? And y'all relationship, you guys move more like brothers, I could tell y'all relationship, right? When people say you're an advocate for him, how do you feel about that?
I'm proud. Divide and conquer is for the weak.
Facts,
I'm an advocate for my family. I'm an advocate for my friends. I'm an advocate for people that made me $8 million. I'm a, you know, like, the fuck.
Jesus, Lord have mercy.
No, it's like the people think that I'm supposed to be some fake shit. Be like, oh no, that's one of my brothers, man. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Let me tell you how real Hitman is, right?
Say something about me in front of him.
Right.
And see what an advocate looks like.
Absolutely.
All right.
Let me tell you how real Hitman is, right? You know, we've had our riffs and everything. He's dissed me a couple of times and everything, right? So I hit him, I texted him the other day. I said, yo, I gotta tell you, I really appreciate what you're doing. You know what that man said? You're I appreciate that. Like for him to say that to me, we had a little back and forth, you know, and you and I had a conversation off air, and I'm gonna keep it real on air. The conversation you and I had, you made me look at the situation a little different. I'm gonna be mad enough to tell you that. It's because of you. I gotta be honest. You made me look at the situation a little different and everything. That's why I extended the olive branch and reached out to him and everything like that. And the comment he made back to me made me feel good. You know what I'm saying? He didn't come. We didn't have no riff, no back, no sideways shit.
See, but you want to know what? That type of advocacy,
right,
is also because it's one thing to have a perception of each other because we've been watching each other on camera and whatnot. It's just like I know your temperament, your personality off camera, even though it's pretty much the same. But
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I say that to say if somebody called me and they said, yo, I got a big problem with 3 because he did this and he fucked me over like that or whatever. You know, if there was a truth that I understand or I knew about within the situation, I would advocate for you too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I've done that with many people. That so when, for example, Mickey Fax and Holla is able to link up and do that song together because, yo, you guys are having a difference of opinion. And Mickey, me and you, we chop enough. I know you ain't trying to be like that, and you a cool nigga. And Holla, I know sometimes you're misunderstood. Let me let y'all both show that to each other. And now, all right, all of that shit is erased. Same thing, me and you had that conversation, and that's just private.
Right.
And then, like you said, it's like you might have replaced like some of the respect that you had for somebody I advocate for. I'm gonna keep using the word. You know what I'm saying? Because you realize, like, okay, maybe I was reading a different page.
I was. I could have been.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And you gotta understand too. I don't have no one-sided relationships, friendships, anything in my life. I don't care if it's my father. I don't care if it's my children is the only people in this world that get unconditional love. Like they could do no wrong. Like damn near. Like no matter what they do, daddy's I got you. Like anybody else could get cut off if they fuck up. There's only 2 people I have that level of unconditional love for. And I say that to say I got a lot of sandbox homies. You know what I'm saying? One I talked about on stream, an old friend, old brother of mine named Reem. You know what I'm saying? And our relation, we've known each other since 6th grade. Our relationship was ruined from something that happened last year. Our whole history is over. Like we can't continue our brotherhood.
Right.
I say that to say like everything's got to be mutual, and there's got to be certain respect and rules that we apply to each other. And if I'm an advocate for you, the way I am as a man within my circles of people, those people have earned that type of love, loyalty, and advocacy for me because I know they would do it for me. You know what I'm saying? Like Holla is the only person in battle rap that gave me money for free.
Wow.
He's the only person. When he was launching his Bags and Body, the mansion thing or whatever, he pretty much reached out to me and said, yo, you know how we talk on the phone every day about battle rap and all this other shit?
Yes.
I want to give you a check for that.
Damn.
For the same ideas that me and shit that me and you talk on the phone every fucking day. I just want to give you a check just to break bread with a homie. You know what I'm saying? Just to break bread with a homie. Like,
so what goes through your mind when he does that though? What goes through your brain and like when you're watching him do that and extend the olive branch, you have that conversation and willing to break bread with you, right? As a battle rapper. What goes through your brain? You look at him totally different.
What goes through my brain is that's not an interaction with a battle rapper. What goes through my brain is like, that's like some of my sandbox niggas. These are brothers. You know what I'm saying? That's what goes through my bread. I mean, my brain. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the last time Holla was over here, he and my man Ty, they were shooting out in the fucking driveway. Hoops, like $100 a shot. And they're just going back and forth, back per rebound. Boom, 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 boom. And my man Ty quit by the time I think Holla got up like $1,500. And everybody's pulling out the driveway and shit. Holla walk up to me and put like $400 in my hand or some shit like that because it's my basketball court. And I'm just like, yo, I'm tired of you. Like, and I'm like, he's always trying to give me money. Always. Damn. Always trying to give me money. He's always trying to do things for me. The same way I see that those same type of actions in all my other brothers in my circle. You know what I'm saying? Little light shit. Like my man Aaron just called me like 5 minutes before I jumped on here with you because he knows I got an exam in the morning. He just called me to check on me. Like, how's the studying going or whatever. I returned that. Like, say something about my man Aaron. I'm on your fucking heels for it. I'm an advocate left and right. These are people that give me money. These people that know my children. These people that be in my house. These people, I'm in their home.
Right.
I think my daughter held fucking Holla's baby boy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a different kind of,
that's a different I always say the term divide and conquer is for weak. I want people to understand that you're supposed to be proud of that. you take pride. And if I could see people fold your loyalty for me because it looks like you're being too loyal, then you are weak. And nobody could fold my principles or my loyalty or the love I have for my friends and my family and the people that I know will die for me,
right?
Give me their last, pay my bills if I'm down and out, help me if I'm in the hospital, help me get back on my feet if I hit rock bottom, help my kids if something happens to me. These are all the people that I advocate for, and I'm never going to lose pride in doing so, ever.
I respect
Nobody
that.
can ever convince me of anything different, or else I become a sucker.
Wow. That's some real shit you just dropped on me, son. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's some G shit you just said, though, brother. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I'm not gonna lie. Who wins? Who wins if they battle? Hitman or Lux? Who wins? Forget the loyalty shit right now. Who wins?
Nah, I got you. I go back to battle rap. Yo, listen.
All right.
Nobody bothers and gets on these niggas' nerves more than me.
Right.
Even the niggas that's my fault. Right. You see during Holla and Geechee's promo run, I was taking Geechee 2-1.
I think you were trying to poke a Hitman, trying to live him up a little bit. I didn't really.
Regardless, I'm still saying it in front of fans that don't know whether I'm joking or not. They just like, yo, ARP got Geechee. You know what I'm saying? So, Lux has been real tough lately, man. His twerk performance. Oh, that's the last one, right?
Nitty. Before that was Nitty.
Nitty, that's the battle of the year, right?
That was
2025 battle of the year, I think.
Yeah.
2020, yeah, 25.
Yeah.
Lux is tough, and I'm not even gonna pull no punches here. What a lot of people go to, and rightfully so, is the lyrical ability of Lux, and saying that he's above very significantly Holla bar for bar or lyrically, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why Holla can't battle anybody and I will ever count him out is because I watched him beat, just like all other fans, how many people that are said to have a better pen than him. You know, he battled Shine, and won. He battled
him beating Shine and Tay-Rock to me is big.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. People look at Bill Collector damn near at times as an equivalent pen to Daylight, like style wise and everything lately for like this last phase of like Bill Collector's career. That was a classic back and forth.
I think that's some of his best writing was against Bill Collector. He was.
That's what I'm saying. Ill Will, I think, is the best battle rapper in the world. I was promoting that as the best battle rapper versus the biggest battle rapper. Holla, if he was soft, he could have got offended and be like, "Oh, so he's better than he got better talent than me." ARP. We try when you say bigger, we try to say because I got more money or I got more views. I promoted it like that. I said it's the best battle rapper versus the biggest battle rapper. Right? What happens in a blue room? Somewhere where people say Holla's not his strongest, meaning that he's a big stage rapper. Literal battle of the year, champion voted. You know what I'm saying? Debatable battle. Pick who you want. You know what I'm saying? So I keep watching that outcome with a lot of people that he stands in front of, because in battle rap, styles make the fight. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like boxing and MMA to a degree. Like, it's not just who punches harder, who kicks harder. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's about the approach to the battle. You know, what approach did you take? What angles did you take? How would you set it? How was your crowd? All these attributes that make a god tier, a top tier, or all-time great battle rapper. You know, if it was just about the syllables and the way you put your words together, then Lux beats a lot of people on paper. You know what I'm saying? He beats a lot of people on paper. You know what I mean? But
I got Lux 2-1.
I might have Lux 2-1 too. Okay, going in. But what happens on the actual stage is what we all want to see. All right. All right. Is that fair? Like, is that advocating to?
Very fair, brother. Very fair. Is it a wild matchup too? Because some people say, "Oh, it's a weird matchup." they don't really want. They don't understand it. I've seen people say that also.
Yeah, you can't say that to me though. I'm the king of like left field. Nobody asked for that battles. Like
say that to brother. You are not lying. You sir are the wrong person to say that kind of
comment. So
yeah, you're the wrong person.
I don't go for that. And the culture in general, to be fair, has shown us that a million times. Like you don't know what sometimes is going to turn out to be a classic. If you get a very, very good battle rapper on their A+ game or on in their classic best of mode,
right?
It's just up. You know what I'm saying? And we're just gonna be sitting there watching some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if you give me a Lux that battled Nitty and a Holla that battled like a Will or a Bill Collector or John opening round type shit, and it's just like we're gonna get a classic. You know what I'm saying? So style wise, I've always been big on not trying to. Same way I really cracked the tiers on RBE with Blood, Sweat, and Tears and pushing those cards and that concept and bringing those walls down. Yes, it's the same thing, closed-minded of thinking like, okay, I want to book Chilla Jones. I got to now get another schemer. I want to book JC. I got to go get another puncher.
Right.
Like, no, you don't. No, you don't. You know what I'm saying? It's okay if I go get Goods to do his fly talk and all that type of shit, and then I get somebody that sounds like he's always on his own internal beat, like a Calico, and give that possibly a classic. Like it's not just about the styles lining up as far as these guys' attributes, and some of their attributes, squander the other person's attributes to a degree. This is real, like, intricate shit, man. This is an art, man. It's not that simple, or else these guys are simple. It ain't that simple, man. You never know how these guys are gonna craft their shit. And then a lot of people thought that Holla was gonna wash Math. Look at that performance of a lifetime because of the way he approached the battle. Because at times, people would say Math bar for bar isn't one of those guys. There was times in his career where they did that to Math.
I was one of them. I ain't gonna lie to you.
All right. There's also times in his career where they called for him versus Mook because of the storyline, and Hollow was what he was able to bring. You know what I'm saying? I know some people are very, very powerful when they got angles. Some people are not. Like.
Can I ask you a question about that battle record? How impressed were you with Math that night?
Extremely.
I was sitting at the crib like, yo, dog, I haven't heard this Math in eons.
Extremely. I say to this day, we have a lot of people's best performances or best battles. Like I could always argue that is Mav's best performance. I know it's debatable because he's got a lot of dope shit.
It's top 3 and it might not be 3. That's what I would say.
I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? So that performance is an all-time performance for him. And it was just masterful how he put that together. He didn't have any drop-offs, even the sequencing of the rounds, the sequencing of the angles, the lead up to the end that was written in a way that just captivated and just made everybody look at Hollow wild. He nullified Holla, who's one of the greatest battle rappers and lyricists and most creative rappers of all rappers of all time. Absolutely. Nobody remembers what Hollow rapped.
I don't, ARP.
Yeah, Math totally eclipsed and took over the entire battle, and that's with all due respect to Hollow, because Hollow he's just like him versus Ill Will was a reminder on RBE of like classic shit.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just some people just have your number, B. You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain battle rap matchups that's just like boxing matchup. Like let's say or MMA, like John Jones and Cormier. John Jones might beat him 10 out of 10 times. He might just have his number.
Yeah.
He might just have his fucking number. You know what I mean? And there's certain battle rap matchups that might be like that too. Might just have your number. Just what you do and what I do is just always gonna equate to me winning. You know what I'm saying? So we just be wanting to see this shit. You know what I mean? Like I've developed a thick skin for that shit long time ago in the culture when like as if I'm gonna let a crop of fans move me and be like, oh, like there's a 30 or oh who nobody asked for this. I'm like, look, man, I'm gonna be a league owner, man. You know what I'm saying? When you want to bring your ideas to life, go ahead and start a league. That's exactly how RBE was created. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
absolutely.
And we've won in a lot of matches like that. So,
did you and Lux back in the day, years ago? Did you guys ever have discussions about coming on RBE?
Yeah, me and Lux negotiated many times. Like, I you know, we made a little leeway once upon a time on B Dot, a little bit of leeway once upon a time on JC.
Jesus, B Dot.
We made a little bit of leeway. Well, not as much as those conversations, but because those actually got to like numbers and shit. But we had some good conversations. I even had Holla and Lux on a 3-way call one time. The first time around where it was kicked up. You know what I'm saying? So like we was having a bunch like that those conversations like a week plus. We was all just kept going back and forth and talking our shit. And one time I think I was on the phone with either Lux or Holla, one of them, and the other one called me. And I told the other one, like, oh, here, go right now. You know what I'm saying? You want me to? I'm boom. You know what I'm saying? And all the shit that they was talking to each other when it was just me and them, they got a chance to say it to each other. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's been there. Lux has always been you know, a good dude as far as every time he and I either had conversations or negotiations.
And that's why people are saying that it should happen on RBE platform, right? Because Hitman is comfortable, right, on RBE, right? Let's be honest. That brother has not battled on URL since 2018, 2019. It was a 2-on-2 he did, right? So RBE's been his home for how many years now, right? And I'm pretty sure Lux is on your bucket list, sir. I'm pretty sure Lux is on the bucket list for ARP RBE platform.
Yeah. Nah, it would be dope, man. It would be an honor to host a matchup like that. It really would, man. I'm still a fan. You know what I'm saying? It would be an honor to host that. And like I said, there literally is 3 ways that I could be involved in that matchup happening. Number one, just straight up ARP is doing a full circle or a one-off event, and automatically I know they're taking a hit. I'll still get them both good money, but it'd be a haircut. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Number 2 is similar to that, but also with some creative type of additions. And that's just a bunch of conversations and creativity. And the third one is me sponsoring it on somebody else's league. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to say that any of those are very, very strong possibility. All of those are tough. You know what I'm saying? The easiest way to see that battle or any battle is for a traditional league doing a traditional card to call 2 people with the numbers that they want, and it's done. You know what I'm saying? So a TBL maybe, you know, they've shown some good budgeting over the last 2 years. You know, maybe they can pop out and pull that off. You never know.
Let me ask you about TBL right quick. You're the best person to ask this question, right? They gave us Hitman and Mook, right? And salute to them. What was your mindset when they dropped the battle the next day on YouTube? I've never seen you do no shit like that. I've never seen URL do no shit like that.
It's tough, man, because I could see it from both sides, like the fan side of it and the customer service side of it. You're just like, damn, we just sold something. But there is the business element of it as well that I've operated on, which is you know, like you could see yourself getting bootlegged by the tens of thousands every hour that passes, damn near. And it's just like shit. Like a battle like that makes up so much money also on YouTube, you know. So you know, like Cassidy and Hitman did a million in 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they didn't do the pay-per-view that they did, and if they didn't do the door that they did, I would have needed that million views in 24-hour type of monetization, which means that I would have had to like drop. And then on top of that, you do want to show the power of the video on YouTube while it's hot, you know. So I really do understand it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Dropping it the next day is tough. It is tough from a customer service standpoint. I just feel like if it happens super frequently, then eventually the fans' buy-in will be lessened for everybody. You know, there has to be, the fans have to understand two things on the fan side. Number one, they have to have some type of justification in their mind as to why the video dropped so early, which is like, it's 4 days, it's 5 days later, or whatever, and it's getting bootleg crazy. I'm pretty sure they understand that. You know what I'm saying? And the second thing is, you're just always going to have fans that want to enjoy the live experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to watch the Super Bowl on Monday. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
I want to watch it live
Bags,
with everybody else as it's happening, even if I'm not in the building.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you always got that fan consumer standpoint of the finals, the championship game, the World Cup, the World Series, this big Hitman and Holla main event. You don't want to suffer through social media talking about it, or three letter man's recap is out now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's doing the recaps of every battle between as the card is going during the intermissions.
That's my sneeze. That's my
Certain people, man, they just like, they want to see it live when it's happening because that's part of the experience. You know what I'm saying? So
was Lux out of pocket for doing a watch party?
Yeah, because it's one thing if you're supporting another league or another peer or another entity in battle rap, and it's like, yo, man, one hand wash the other. I'm a whole brand, and you know, I'm bringing eyes to your situation. I'm putting more money in your pocket, etc. Then now that's love. You know what I'm saying? But in their situation, there was communications of Holla's side not being with it, not agreeing with it. Even if you feel like you're doing somebody justice, or if you're helping them, or if you're putting eyes on them, whatever you feel, you don't own the product. The moment the other person says thank you but no thank you, I don't want that, and it's their product that they invested hundreds of thousands of dollars into, you're in the wrong to still do that. You know what I'm saying? So they were having conversations, and whatever's being said, if they don't come to an understanding or agreement, and the person that owns it is not saying green light, you're supposed to cease fire. You know what I'm saying?
What's your relationship with Murder Mook?
Murder Mook and ARP don't have a relationship. I think what we have is pretty much probably a respect for the history and the business that we've done.
Okay. I respect that. Listen, do you think King Los and Chef Trez gets loved the way it should? Because I really love that battle with Chef Trez and
it's YouTube wise, as far as the videos, the battles that have dropped in 2026.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's top 20. And it wasn't no overly promoted. It's just a one-off free card that I did or whatever. It's probably like 175,000 views or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's not bad at all for a retired, barely promoted free joint straight to YouTube 2 weeks before dropping a flyer and a trailer. That's not bad. You know what I'm saying? In today's climate, that's not bad. I feel like they got the views that, you know, in today's climate that they deserve. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if that's on stage, full card promotion, big rollout and everything, that's a 350 minimum type of on RBE channel, RBE promotion type of viewership, I think. But you know, it's under those type of circumstances. So for what it did, I'm happy with that. I'm cool with that. I'm pretty sure Trez and Los don't feel like, damn, niggas ain't see this. It's not a 10,000 view battle. It's not a 10,000 view battle. You know what I'm saying? It's like it ain't on that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what I was waiting for, and you did not give us an opinion, and I think the culture was waiting for your opinion about the DNA situation. I was waiting for a video for you to get you. I just wanted your take on that DNA situation.
Yeah,
it's dicey, isn't it?
It is, and that's why I didn't cover it.
I think knowing for all these years, I said, you know what? I think ARP not touching it because of dicey situation and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've been showing y'all and telling y'all about how I move when it's a homie or somebody in my good graces. I won't touch it. You know what I'm saying? And I did text DNA to be transparent.
Okay.
Like, yo, you know, don't mind the children out there, you know, because you got a level of conversation that I could understand and I could respect. But you also got, in a situation like that, you get a lot of trolls. You get a lot of disrespect that's not deserved. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I did text him like, no, don't worry about the kiddies. You know what I'm saying? Like do your thing. I don't go all the way, and I'm not even talking about DNA. I don't believe that we should ever teach each other. You could, because that's the narrative around it, like what people would do for money. And once again, I'm not talking about the DNA situation, but I don't believe in promoting you could do anything for money.
Agree.
You know what I'm saying? You got to have a limit on everything you do in life, or a standard, or most things that you do in life. But then there is the other side of, being open-minded, and not everything is always meant to be abrasive or disrespectful or a lack of responsibility to our history or our culture. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the middle. Sometimes things happen and like shit, the person that did it as well as the people that perceived it could have it out of context or act. You just know what I'm saying? So I ain't pointing no fingers in either direction on that one. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
What do you say to the people that say that the big dogs that you had on your channel, the big K's, the Frozes, the Ill Wills, that I'm not gonna use the word shaky, but since ARP's not here and those guys don't have a consistent home, it's been tough for them. You say what to that?
They're not. If that was true,
all right,
they're not the only ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's more people. Let me use URL.
All right.
Okay. And King of the Dot. Okay. There's more people that rep those leagues that rep RBE. Like, you can do more Where Are They Nows for URL battle rappers and King of the Dot battle rappers than you can do for RBE because of the sheer amount of, they had more faces and people. I could run down our front line easily. It's always like less than 10 damn near. You know what I'm saying? As far as like the faces and the people that wave the flag, and like this is like they rep really, really like their home. You know what I'm saying? And URL and King of the Dot, they have more people that do that. And the gaps of King of the Dot's activity over like the last 5 years, those guys are not active at that time. And URL, not even just behind the app, but even their consolidated, activity over like the last like two plus years. There's a lot of people that probably depended on them that aren't getting looks now either. You know what I'm saying? So any league that either regresses or pivots or retires, there's going to be people that lose out on some of those looks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it's fair for people to say, well, Big K and Rosenberg Raw and whoever else you name.
Show off.
And show. I don't think that's fair. You know what I'm saying? Because I could substitute those names with 50 other people that haven't been as active since not really being on their home leagues over like the last 3-4 years. You know what I'm saying? Show off it's definitely not fair for him because he damn near only battled on RBE. You know what I'm saying? At least Big K, you still catch Big K on a Guerrilla Warfare or a King of the Dot, or you know what I'm saying, a couple other places. Even Big Cards, King of the Dot, Big Cards on King of the Dot.
But you're a humble guy. But you gave Big K a lot of big plates, though, bro. Come on now, you gave Big K a lot of big plates. You gave Murder Mook. You gave a Murder Mook, and people was like, wow.
He deserved it. He deserved it, though.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
he
let's keep it
deserved
tall. You know what I'm saying? Ill Will got Hitman. I remember interviewing Ill Will before the Hitman battle, and he was like 3-man. Shit, I'm about to battle Holla, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You know what? One thing about K, why you don't see him too much.
All right.
As far as like the question of like, well, it's because no RBE, the guys like struggling. Or I could say one thing about K that I don't think people know. Like, I've been around the guy for 10 plus years. You know what I'm saying? So I know a lot about his temperament, his personality.
Right.
And he's like top 5 people that he's got this like I ain't going sturdy to his shit type of, You know what I'm saying? Like the whole battle rap coach's budget can come down. And he's just like, I ain't taking no cut. Like, fuck that. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to put words in his mouth. But K is like, he's just not going. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just the RBE thing.
Right.
K wouldn't work with a lot of people if they move a certain way. They don't give him a certain type of respect. They don't pay him a certain amount. They carry themselves a certain way, or like that's how K moves, man. Like K damn near, like I hate to use the word standoffish, but it's like just to make the point, like he just not going for the fuck shit or the bullshit or stuff that he feels like he's leaving or putting himself in a position that he don't deserve to be in. You know what I'm saying? And there's something about our relationship, our personalities, and our business together that allowed both of us to partner together and keep him on stage.
Gotcha.
So it's not just the RBE thing, it's the other elements of how K is as a man. You know what I'm saying? And I respect it. I like the people that's just like, yo, I ain't going. You know what I'm saying? Or like, nah, I'm not bending over backwards for no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm not letting you treat me a certain way. I'd rather stay over here and not battle at all. You know, not everybody is moved by a check. You know what I mean? And K is one of those guys.
Okay. Last question here. How much do you, when battle rap is all done, right? How much do you think RBE and URL pushed each other to be great? Both entities.
Significant. I mean, it's marked in history, and there's a lot of documents to show the amount of money that was spent because of the presence of both entities and the moves that one or both made because of the other entity. That all cost time, money, and decisions. You know what I'm saying? Whether you do a pop-up card, whether you book certain battles, whether you give certain contracts, whether you give people money at certain points, pivotal moments to keep them in certain spot. Like it's money. It's hundreds of thousands of dollars that are spent in manners of the competitive market. You know what I'm saying? So, man, y'all will never really know and understand, I don't think, like the behind the scenes element of it. Like I'll tell you a funny one.
All right.
But it's so like if I did that, I could make the documentary my damn self. The documentary of it would be so fucking like wow, revealing. Like sometimes every once in a while you'll get like, especially in the past, people be like, yo, URL don't even say ARP name. Like you don't see Smack getting on camera and saying ARP. Why does he address them so much? And when I have those comments, it's like one of the first time I might be saying this on camera. But when I had those conversations behind the scenes, you know what I always tell them? I said, what I've said on camera and the way that I've always been transparent and pushed my truths into the public, and I was never scared to speak my piece, and I always addressed a lot of things as it related to those two companies.
Right.
As much as I talked, it doesn't come anywhere near mounting the actual actions that they did off camera. They were more active in the back and forth, pound for pound, dollar for dollar than I was. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the moment people grasp that, they'd be like, oh wow, like it's a lot. It's a lot of money, it's a lot of moves, it's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's also a testament to, once again, like I said earlier, humbly speaking, what the two companies bring or brought to battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Like let's say Calico raps the fake Smack. Well, y'all say he's the Mount Rushmore in battle rap, period, not even as league owners. Why y'all keep putting me in the same sentence of him? What does that mean about me? You know what I'm saying? So like you gotta understand that you gotta have these two entities operating the way that they did to even get me here, 2026 and 3, like, yo, could you guys still collab? In the beginning of our interview, like, it's like, yo, we talk like I say never. You know what I'm saying? It's like that shows you. Yeah, I don't gotta. Y'all show me just as much as y'all think I've spoken to y'all over the years, and they have spoken to y'all over the years more than I have. It just wasn't verbal. Just wasn't verbal. You know what I'm saying? So
all the behind the scenes stuff with URL, was there a part of you that ever you shot to Lawrence at one particular time where like, man, I ain't got time for this bullshit? You ever wanted to wave the white flag?
It wasn't about a white flag or nothing.
Okay.
Because we ain't angels in it. You know what I'm saying? We took our offensive positions too. I ain't gonna be no fucking fraud.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We've taken offensive positions in certain times and certain moments. But it was never about a waving of the white flag, because our personality and the way that we started the league or came in, some of that creates the division, and we already are that, like, as men, as our personalities. Like, I've watched a lot of leagues come in and feel like they needed cosigns or needed to get under the wing or needed to partner in, and we was just like, yo, we'll fuck with everybody that fuck with us, and if you show us different, then we still gonna do everything that we want to do, or we're gonna try to do everything that we want to do. And you know, nobody would ever say that you hit us and we don't punch back. Nobody ever say that. You can't. We never show. We don't show that in real life. We wasn't gonna show that in a passionate place of business where we spent our hard-earned money. We was never gonna go for those type of disagreements, and I think other people don't go for their type of disagreements either. And it created a history. That's all. You know what I'm saying? So you guys got a lot out of it, and now it's over.
I just think how you said that. What was your initial thoughts when you saw Smack on King of the Dot with Conceited and Charlie Clips? Did you chuckle?
I thought it was fake. No, I ain't commenting no more further past that, because the situation at hand was also involving something sensitive.
Okay, got you. Okay, got you. Well, brother, I appreciate you, man. Everything you done for Battle Rap. You know you're a fucking legend and stuff like that. Now look at you a different light. Now you do a podcast. You're talking about all kind of stuff. You're talking about Carmelo Anthony. You're talking about RBE. You're talking about all kind of shit, man. Are you having fun doing the podcast? Are you having fun?
I am. I get to talk about people that I never broke bread with. I don't owe nothing to. I don't never want to meet. I never shook their hand before, so I gotta feel like, damn, man, I booked this person before. Now I'm talking. Yo, I'll tell you another quick one. That's why I haven't addressed any of Oskino shit recently. I'm like, damn, man, we didn't. I mean, it came up on my platform. There's some things that Oskino has done recently that I totally disagree with. Okay, but I'm consistent like that. There's some things he's done recently I totally disagree with, and he's made headlines for, like after the Jay-Z shit. That even when I addressed that song, I kind of like skipped over him the way I skipped over you the other day, right? That me and you talk about, right? Like, I'm very consistent like that.
You good.
It's like, yo, when we exchange certain rapport, we break bread, or you help me, it's like, and I'll bump into that so much in battle rap. Like, I can't address no 3-letter man deep controversy right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a single, respectfully, like, I'm really just gonna make the point transparently right now. I don't have a single John the Don of all, like, this some act, all that. None of it. And because we homies, like, I would feel fraudulent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do it.
Is it because you have to say certain things that they might not take a liking to?
Nah. You also off anybody in the culture.
Right.
It's like I say I'm not perfect, but I say I always try to not cover something at all. You know what I mean? Because if I get on camera and I tell you that the sky is orange, then it's just like, that's whack. You're lying. You're fronting. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather, at worst, come off like, oh man, like he's a little biased, like that nigga gave him some money or broke bread with him before, or that's his friend, and then I say it. I'm like, all right, cool, like, yeah, that might be my friend, or I might have some bias, or yeah, me and Show Off came up together
Right.
But I disagree with. I still will add the fact of the human side of me. Like, y'all, I could have certain biases, and so I say it publicly all the fucking time. But if it's that bad or some shit, I was just like, damn, like I really disagree with it. For example, like Oskino, I won't cover it. I won't put myself in a position where I gotta say yes and I really mean no, or hurt him by speaking. I just won't cover it. Same thing was like with I said, like my Easy example. I didn't have nothing on my channel for any of that old stuff and all of his controversies. I skipped it all. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that's how I try to be. But the entertainment world allows me to be more comfortable and not because I don't want to meet none of these people. I don't want to shake their hands. I'm not trying to be in the industry. I just love connecting with the people that like my takes and building the channel. That's all.
Last question. Are you too tough on Easy?
Excuse me?
Are you too tough on Easy the Block Captain?
I don't think so. I think anything that any back and forth between both of us was warranted, and he has his perspectives and so do I. You know, he said some very, very nasty stuff in my direction, and I said some nasty stuff in his direction. You know what I'm saying? So it's two men that operate very, very differently and had a couple situations that put us at that type of odds. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
y'all were really cool at one time, though.
Yeah, that's that I've said that a million times.
You have.
Yeah.
All right, brother. I appreciate you as always, King.
My God, was this a goodie? Was this a goodie?
Yeah, always, man. I like how your brain thinks. I think you're good at the words you choose, though. You're very good at the words you choose.
Sometimes.
And I think you're good. You can mind fuck people a lot, respectfully. But
I can't let you slide with that. I can't let you slide with that because that's a level of lying. Did I manipulate something in this interview?
Not lying. No, it's not lying. You're not a liar.
Okay.
I would never. ARP, I respect you too much. Even put that on you. I got mad love. I just think you're good with words.
Okay, I'll take that. Just like all the battle rappers, right? and none of them, and a lot of them ain't perfect either. So all right, point proven.
Not at all. My brother, I appreciate you as always, love King, man.
Oh man, thank you, man. I had a good time as always, man. I'll see you soon.
Always, man. Shout out to my brother ARP, the fucking building. You heard, love that dude like cook food, man.